Talk, the $1,000,000 question right now is how do you carry it through from last night till tonight?
Well, you work on is your mental toughness. It's a mental toughness thing for me is to be able to. First of all, I'm an even keel guy. I like winning, obviously, and when you lose or win, I like that even keel mentality. Don't get too high. We got a lot of young guys here. I like that you have confidence. I like that you feel it out there, but you have to do the right things. And so I call this a mental. I've said it a few times, but I really believe this is a mental toughness game. Can we stay doing the right things, stay within the system in these hockey games?
You had a lot of balance last night up front in terms of scoring. You had a bunch of guys with 2+ points. Max Domi gets a goal for the first time since the Pittsburgh game in December, and Toby Reeder comes through as well. How important is it to get those guys going and to maybe get the confidence going in that group as well?
It's huge. 6 different guys scoring, and the key is the way they score. Inside the dots. Max is in the high slot, gets a tip that we've worked in practice. That's where he's got to go. Toby Reeder, he's in front of the net. He's getting banged around, gets a rebound, it's in the net. The guys have to believe those are the areas to score goals. It's hard to go there. You're going to get hit. You might get a puck off a shin once in a while, but the rewards is obviously huge, and I think them getting those goals hopefully gives them more confidence to know to go to those areas.
Alex Goligoski plays his 700th NHL game tonight. What have you noticed out of his game and maybe the pairing involving Alex?
Yeah, with Alex, for me, is he's been certain parts of the game he'll make that right play. He made a hell of a play the other night in Minnesota to Nick Cousins. He made that play to last night, shot pass. He's doing he's given us production. He's getting a lot of assists right now. If he stays consistent in our D zone, he can be a hell of a player for us. And he's a common influence to the younger guys like a Chikrin. He can help him out a lot too.
The San Jose series is always, I think, fun to call from a personal standpoint, but it's always exciting hockey, and you've had some close calls with these guys, certainly this season. Brent Burns is a player that you know very, very well, and he's really gotten his game going since about Christmas. What are you seeing in his game, and how do you slow him down?
He's one of those guys in the league that's got a swagger. He plays the way he plays. He loves the way he plays, and it shows. He's going to shoot a lot of pucks. He's going to get up the ice. He wants the puck. He's not afraid to do spinoramas at the blue line. He'll try plays that maybe a conventional defenseman won't try, and he's feeling it. He's up the ice. Part of our Steve Peters pre-scout today was a lot on Brent Burns, what he does out there, and we have to be aware of him, and we have to chip his body. You got to get in front of that guy. You can't swing sticks. You can't lunge at him. You got to make sure you're in his hands, and you got to make him play defense. Any great player, if you give them an easy defensive game, they're going to kill you. If you make them play hard defensively, it takes a little bit out of them. They don't maybe have as much juice on the offensive end.
Have you decided on a goaltender yet?
Wedgie will go tonight. Scott will go in tonight. He had some good weeks of practice, and looks for a solid effort from him.
Last game, that first period here was a gong show, wasn't it? If you looked at that, or do you just throw that away?
Well, you learn from it because we were just all over the map. We had no structure. I'm not sure. San Jose had much structure. It ended up 3-3, I think, after the first. But it wasn't. It was entertaining for the fans, but for coaches, it wasn't a blueprint to play hockey structurally. But we started to play better as the game went on. We've actually played pretty well against San Jose. They just seem to win at the end. Whether it's a shootout or making the right play at the right time.
Rick, ironically, maybe not ironically, did this stretch kind of start in the wake and the rubble of what happened in L.A.?
Yeah, I remember the time when we played a game in Winnipeg. It was awful, and we had a closed-door meeting, and we started to play better. And the LA game was unacceptable. I know the guys were upset. Their fathers were on the trip. They obviously didn't want to show their fathers that kind of effort. And since then, we've put some pretty good periods together. So, yeah, you know what? You always learn as a team crucial parts, and maybe that's a crucial game that we had to learn from, and hopefully get some traction from it.